Hello, everybody. I toast to you and all you do. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. I hope that springtime is really blessing you with some new beginnings and that you are really able to step out with this energy and succeed and achieve your goals and manifest everything you want. And this moon that we have coming up, this dark super moon in Taurus, is really going to help you achieve all of those goals. And so let's just kind of jump right in, because this is kind of an exciting moon. This I really see as a time of like really planting that seed. You know, we're sitting on those eggs. We are really manifesting the things that we need and want and this new beginning. So let's take a look at the chart. And as you can tell, we have a lot going on over here. We have 3 big things happening this month, for the month of May. And they are the big conjunction happening right now with Venus, the Sun, the Moon, Uranus, and Jupiter all together in Taurus, really bringing this steadfast, grounded, forward-moving, but well-rooted energy that is going to really help you to not only love yourself and really be able to sit at peace with that, but also to build a good foundation that's both, you know, emotionally and financially a good place for you to be. This is a time where all of this energy is really coming together to manifest this beautiful new beginning. And it being in Taurus and it being a super moon really emphasizes this strong foundation, this steadfast forward moving energy, this very dedicated but true. You know, it's a dedication that you can enjoy. This isn't something that you feel like is a weight on your shoulder. This is that, you know, steady, rooted energy that really helps you to step forward and to be that true self and really enjoy yourself. We also have the conjunction that's been going on for quite some time now with Chiron, Eris, the North Node, and it is joined by Mercury right now. And Mercury is exact conjunct to Chiron, and that is bringing in a very swift energy to Chiron's. Like, it's hastening Chiron's energy. So Chiron is that healer, that let's step up and let's do the right thing. Let's be strong. Let's heal as a community and as an individual. And let's do the right thing. If you were to take a more modern day figure and equate it to the energy of Chiron, it would be someone like Martin Luther King. It would be someone who really stands up for what is just and right, no matter what, who stands against discrimination, and especially like discriminating against yourself. It is very much an energy of you have to love yourself and you have to step forward as that beautiful self that you are and present that, and in that it will create this ripple effect of a better community. Because if we each step forward as that beautiful self, and we each step forward presenting that true beautiful self with unconditional love and support and caring and all of these great things that we all have inside us, if we all step forward that way, it would create this amazing ripple effect where everyone was feeling that and everyone was stepping forward with that, and we would all be bringing the most amazing thing we had, which is ourself, to the table. And that would be creating a community that is beautiful and amazing. And we would be able to see that, because if you can see the beauty in yourself, you can see the beauty in other people. If you can love yourself, you can love other people. And not a conceited, like, I'm the most beautiful person in the whole world, but like a true self-love. Like, these are the things that are amazing about me, and this is who I am, and that's an amazing thing. And we each have that. We are each these amazing individuals. And Chiron is really encouraging that energy, especially being conjunct with the North Node in Aries right now. They are really calling us to step forward, step up, step out, make those first steps, make those big changes, let go of the old things, and really step forward. Now, being conjunct with Eris brings in that just warrior truth stepping away from that superficial and really stepping into those deeper truths and pulling that out and stepping forward to do the right thing by the community. Again, the same kind of energy as Chiron, but Eris is more like in your face and like, let's do this. And Chiron is like that gentle teacher who is helping you achieve those goals and really encouraging you. And Eris is like, let me throw this in your face and tell you that these are the realities that you need to see, and these are the things that you need to let go of so that you can heal and be that better person that you truly are. And even though Eris's energy can kind of be chaotic and can also be at times in your face, it is a truth that you need to see. So together, this is like the nurturing hand and the chaotic hand coming together to show you these truths and really encouraging you to step forward as this healed individual. And Mercury being in there is really asking that question, you know, as we've talked about before when we talked about Mercury's retrograde. But are your thoughts, words, and actions aligned? And are you doing the right thing? And really hastening that realization. And so altogether, in Aries, these energies are really calling to you to step forward, to take those actions, to do what you need to do to make sure that your thoughts, words, and actions aligned, and that you're stepping forward as a healed, complete individual so that you can bring all of the amazing things that you need with you as you step forward on this new journey. So you have both of these energies in Aries and Taurus, like really encouraging you to step forward, really pushing us to manifest all of the things that all of our desires, all of these things that we need to do, and really manifest this new beginning and step into that. And so these two conjunctions are a big part of what's happening this month. The third thing that I was about to kind of tangent there, but anyways, the third thing is that we have 5 planets this month that will be at their last degree of a sign. So this is just going to bring in it's going to like bring in the I don't even know how to say it. The visualization that I get is like a bubbling cauldron, and you added that last ingredient that just makes everything bubble up to the top. And it's like any dirty, dark secret that is at the bottom is going to rise up to the top. We are going to be confronted with all of the things that we don't want to see, that we are keeping our blinders on, that are keeping us from stepping forward. And so that might be kind of difficult this month. So just be aware of that and know that, as with all things from the universe, they are not pointing these things out in order to hurt you. This isn't something that's being done in order to further make you a victim. This is something that's being done to say, here is the problem and the solution. We always are presented with both. They are of equal sides of the same coin, and they give you the whole coin. The universe doesn't just say, like, here's a little peekaboo and that's that. It really is a complete thing. Here is the whole coin. Here is what you need to do. And here are the answers to your problems. So as these planets all come into the end of their sign, into the sign that they're in, like Jupiter, we are going to begin to see and feel those things coming out. And you might be presented with some challenges. You might have some things kind of put in your face that are like, hey, here's an issue. So see that for what it is and see the answer that comes with it. Just take that breath, take that moment, and allow the whole picture to come. If we just shut down as soon as we see the problem, we never receive the answer because we're like, and then you're just done and everything is gone. But if we step back and we're like, okay, there's the problem. Deep breaths. Normally it takes a couple. I like to take 3 deep breaths before I'm like, okay, universe, and now what is the answer? But the answers will come. They will be presented one way or the other. You just have to allow them to also come. So aside from those big conjunctions and shifts that are happening, we have Pluto retrograde right now. And Pluto's retrograde, however, is not as talked about as Mercury's retrograde. With everything that Pluto is going through right now and transitioning into Aquarius and really calling out all of these deep, dark truths and really asking you about your place in the community. And are you led by some false leader who is just telling you how to be and making you step outside of your comfort zone? Or are you being led by your internal authority and what you know is right and just and true? Are you being led by truth, or are you being led by falsehoods? And in this energy, Aquarius really is like you need to wash away all of the things that you do not need anymore. That great flood should come through your life. And Pluto is like, let's focus on the truth. And as it goes into retrograde, and it is at 2 degrees of Aquarius, I really feel like it is going to, just like all of these planets at the last sign of their, at the last degrees of their sign, I think it's going to bring out that, like that bubbling cauldron. We're really going to see a lot of these truths coming to the surface. We're going to see a lot of these realities presented to us one way or the other. And not just on like an individual level, but like all the way up to the global level. All truths are going to be revealed. And as long as we stay open to that, we're going to see it. It's terrifying a little bit, because just like when the Great Flood came through, or just like in 1776 when we had our revolutions and our revolts against monarchies and all of the crazy things that were happening, this is a repetitive cycle, and we are at that point, and we are at this bubbling point where we really need to step back and say, okay, do we want to let everything just be flooded away, or are we going to make these changes and have a little more gentle flood? And if we all step to the table and we just stand up and be like, we don't want this anymore. This isn't the society we want to live in. This isn't the world we want to live in. We don't have to do it. Hopefully we don't have to do it violently, but we need to stand up and we need to say, like, this is who I am. This is the society I want to live in. And I imagine more often than not, we're going to find that people agree on the type of society we want and on the things that we don't want. Regardless of your race, your religion, your creed, your family, your place you live in the world, I think that we can all come back to some pretty standard norms of, like decent behavior versus not decent behavior. But Pluto is really calling that out. And Pluto right now is in some sextiles and trine. So we have a minor trine with Neptune. Let's see where this is. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so Neptune and Pluto are still sextile, which brings in that pioneering energy that we've talked a lot about. These are slow-moving planets, so this energy is going to stay together for quite some time. Now, they are joined right now by Mars, which really brings this fiery motivation to like step up, step forward, to do something, to really, okay, let's act on this pioneering energy. Let's seek these truths. Let's really let's dig deep and dig in for these truths. And Pluto is also sextile to Peleus. And so this is really asking you, does your mission align with your passions and vice versa? Are you fulfilling your passions and your missions? Does this come together? Sometimes we get told that our passions aren't needed, aren't wanted, aren't a part of what the world needs, aren't whatever. You're a singer and you're told your whole life that that's not going to get you anywhere. And you lose sight of your passion. And we do need singers in our community. We need all things in our community. And even if you're just like a local singer who sings at the bars around the town and makes people happy, and that's your role in the community, that's important, and we need that, and we love our local artists, and that's amazing. And that is something that you should be proud of. And if that is your passion, then step into your passion and really fulfill that. And this minor trine that we're having right now is really asking you to look truthfully at your situation and to make the choices, do the things, step up, be that pioneer, step into this new world as yourself, and make sure that the things that you're passionate about are the things that you're devoting your time to, are the things that you are sticking to, are the things that you are, holding strong to. If this is something you're passionate about, then yes, let's do this and let's step forward. And again, so it's just one more thing. And I almost feel like I'm just saying the same thing over again, but I am, because the universe is saying it's time to step up. It's time to do the right thing. It is time to step out of what we think are these social norms that are built off these false concepts of, consumerism and, being the superficial, all of the things that we've been told, and really step forward into this higher self, better self, this ideal society, ideal future. These things are attainable. Right now, if everybody was like, okay, that's it, I'm going to be the best person that I can be, I'm going to do the best that I can do, and I'm going to step out and I'm going to present that best self to the world, tomorrow the world would be a different place. And so each one of us that steps up and does this is making that difference. There is another astrologer that I watch, and every Sunday at I don't remember what time, I think it's like Sunday 8 o'clock UK time, they do a simple meditation. I love the universe meditation, and she has thousands of people show up, and it's amazing, and it sends out this great energy. And if more people got together and did that, and simply just sending out love to the world, it is changing the world, because we have those thousands of people coming together to do this simply based off of spreading the love, spreading good energy, focusing on good energy. And if we continued that and we did that with more things and just presented ourselves in that, we would see big changes. So we also have another minor trine. Before I repeat myself yet again about making big changes, take some water. All right, let's talk about this other minor trine. So we have another minor trine with Vesta and Saturn trine to each other, and then they both are sextile to the sun and moon. And so this, again, is a very grounding and stabilizing energy with Saturn and Vesta coming together. This is like our devotion and our commitments and our knowing what we need to do, and being truly devoted to that and stepping forward in that together, which brings this very stable, grounding energy that really fuels your inner fire. And with Taurus being the planet that we have the sun and moon, and they are also conjunct to Venus and Uranus and Jupiter, bringing this expanding love and foundational energy. It's just more, it is giving more resilience, more fuel, more power to manifesting the things that you want to manifest, and to really bringing your dreams into reality and really stepping into that. If you're being truthful about your dreams and yourself, and you're being honest with yourself, and you're healing, and you're doing all of these other things, and then you're like, okay, it's going to step through and it's going to be successful. And we have all of this beautiful energy that is saying, yes, you can succeed in these things. You will manifest this energy. You just have to have that, good integrity, come from a good place, be yourself, be true to who you are, know from your own inner authority what is right, and that you're doing that, and that is, I told my sister yesterday, I said, I feel like I sound like an army commercial, because I'm like, be all you can be, but not with the army, just as yourself. Like, be all you can be as yourself, because that is all you need to be. And that is a beautiful thing. Again, I just, with the broken record. And it's just going to keep going because Peleus is at opposition to the sun and moon, which is really asking you to balance your rational self and your passionate self, what I need and what I want, and finding that balance there, and really emphasizing that. So this one is unique in that it really emphasizes that your passions can be what you want. Your desires and passions and the things that drive you to do the right thing, they can also be the strong foundation and give you all that it is that you need. So again, like I said, if you are that singer and this is it, this is your passion, that can be what gives you everything that you need. That can be what you build your foundation off of. That can be how you present to the world, and you can find a way to make that happen that's right for you. And so this is that energy. It's saying to find that balance between your needs and your wants and make that happen in a way that's productive and helpful, so that your wants can, it's like it's telling you to put your desires on both sides of that, okay? And then balance that out. How do you do that? With your needs and your wants and what you have to do and what you need to do and your desires all coming together. Peleus is also square with Juno. This is really asking us the same question that Eris asks us. Are your solutions superficial? Are you just fixing this small thing? This makes me think a lot of like allopathic medicine, and I think this is something that's going to come up a lot in the next months, over the next year or so. We're going to see a repeated theme of asking our medical community if they are just fixing a symptom or if they are actually curing a problem, and what kind of medical system that we want, what kind of world that we want. And it's not just in the medical community, it's every level, but I think this is one where we're really going to see that example coming out like bam in your face. How many times are we told to just fix a symptom instead of curing a problem? I'm constantly talking to people about diabetes and being pre-diabetic or diabetic. I see people all over the world, like all over around me, who have the symptoms of diabetes. Now they're saying that Alzheimer's is type 3 diabetes. And all of these things are based off of the food that we eat and how we are nurturing our bodies. And if we make these changes to our bodies and to what we eat and how we act and our regular behaviors, we wouldn't have to treat the symptoms that diabetes has. We wouldn't have people, getting to the point of needing amputations. We would never have that, because we would come back here to the original problem and be like, okay, this is the cure. We have it. It's eating better diet. It's eating the right diet for you. It's eating smaller meals throughout the day. Finding a better balance between carbohydrates and proteins, and what proteins and carbohydrates you're actually eating. It sounds complicated, but it's really not. And we could fix this we could cure the problem instead of just fixing the symptoms. We see this with our financial situations. Just get a loan, or just, get a second mortgage, or do these things that'll help you in this moment, but they're not helping you in the long term. People who are against buying a home because they're like, oh no, because then I'm going to have to fix a water heater or whatever is the issue that comes up. And we have like all these people scared to buy a house, and now the interest rate. Okay, so let's not get into all of those side tangents, but they are all examples of putting a Band-Aid on it and not fixing the problem. We literally have dams busting at the seams all over the world because they're just like, we'll just put a Band-Aid on it. We'll just put some dirt right here. So this Peleus-Juno square, which happened previously and it's happening now, and these are slower planets, so this is going to kind of move together a little bit, but it is really asking, are we just skimming the surface, or are we fixing the real problem? It can also ask, are we focusing on one small thing instead of seeing the big success? or maybe the big problem, but more often the big success. So sometimes we get so caught up on saying, okay, well, we have this one little issue, this one little thing, and it's not really that big of a deal. You know, we have this one communication issue, but you're not seeing all of the successes that are happening everywhere else. And sometimes you have to step back and look at that and be like, okay, am I too focused on this thing to see this other picture? So that's what this square is asking. And then the final thing that we have going on, Hydra and blue, but we have a finger of fate. And this finger of fate is like, I feel like a little extra special. And I'm going to sound like a repetitive person again saying this, but Haumea is the planet that is the point of our finger of fate. And so that is going to be the focus of our energy. Haumea is the goddess who can birth bounty out of nothing. She is the goddess who helped to create kings from peasants and turn what was nothing into a beautiful empire of amazingness. And that is the energy she presents to the table. That is the energy that is brought to, that is the bounty out of nothing. And right now she is in this finger of fate. I say she, but the planet, the dwarf planet, is in a finger of fate with Neptune and Mars and also Sedna. So Sedna just changed signs. Sedna is a star, and Sedna changed signs, which doesn't happen. I think it's a lot of years. I want to say 300 years. I could be wrong. That could be a little dramatic, but I don't think so. Sedna moves very slowly, and so it is now moved from Taurus into Gemini. And so the shifting energy is really asking about the two sides of the coin, and in a transformative way. And Sedna's energy is the myth of Sedna. She was cast off into the ocean to die, and she turned into all of the sea creatures. And again, the same kind of mythology that we get from Haumea, in that from the depths of nothing, we can manifest beauty. We can manifest all of the things that we need. We can transform into something amazing. And I think that with the destruction and the devastation and the dark times, and going through the past couple of years of some serious reflection and some serious breaking down, a lot, you see it a lot in a lot of different places. A lot of our realities were checked. A lot of our relationships were checked. A lot of our worlds were rocked by crazy things, between COVID and drugs and life changes that have just rippled out from the way that the world is working right now. I really see a lot. It's easy to feel like there is just rubble everywhere you turn, and that we are just in, for lack of better words, just a big pile of shit. And everywhere you're like, oh my goodness, I cannot believe the world that we live in and what it has become. And this finger of fate is really calling on you to remember that you can transform, you can have nothing and create something amazing, and that Neptune and Mars bring in this higher perspective and really noble energy. So they are really calling on you to step above that feeling of having nothing, and to realize that you can manifest whatever your desires are. And like I said, again, I sound like a broken record, because this energy is all about manifesting your desires. I don't know if it was recording or not. We'll see. Anyways, this energy is all about manifesting your desires and your dreams, and really making the changes that need to be made so that you can find the success that it is being you. And you can experience this world with beauty and understanding and compassion, and really feel loved and love other people, and really create this better world. So I mean, I could just keep saying this over and over again, and I almost feel like a broken record from videos in the past, because really some of these energies are slower moving, and they are all moving along this path together, which is really reinforcing this. But this is a time to make these transitions. This is a time to stand up and do what's right. Be truthful. Really see the truth. See the truth in yourself. See the truth in the people around you. See the truth in your goals. See the truth in, in your reality, and step forward and say, okay, this is my reality. This is the truth. And it's funny. So I have a little piece of paper in my kitchen, and it says, I speak my truth. And sometimes my husband laughs about it, and he's like, your truth? But it isn't. My truth can be the same truth as everybody else's truth if we're all seeing the truth. And that is what Pluto is calling right now. That is what the universe is calling right now with Eris and Juno and Peleus. And everybody is really standing up to say, it is time to make these transitions. It is time to change. It is time to see the truth for what it is and the reality that it is, and step forward to do that. And if we are being honest with ourselves, and we are being honest with the world around us, and we are seeing the world around us with honest eyes and doing the right thing, we will find success. We will create a better world. We will have this forward-moving spiritual enlightenment, whatever. There's so many different ways that the people want to describe what's happening right now. I mean, and you see it even in people who do not believe in astrology. They talk about it also. They're like, there is an awakening happening. There is something happening. There are all these truths coming out. We just can't shut our eyes anymore and look the other way. So speak the truth and let the truth be your truth, and step forward in this pioneering energy to manifest your dreams into the reality that you know you can have, because it is right. So many blessings to you. I hope that you have a fantastic day, and we will see you guys all soon. Many blessings.